Welcome to the Draw Exact Getting Started guide. Most people, I think, like to learn about how to use a new piece of software just by experimenting, and that's a great idea. Draw Exact's designed for that. All you need to do is look into each of these things down here and you'll soon find your way. But it is dependent on just getting the hang of about 5 very simple operating principles, which are really quite different in Draw Exact from most software. So just bear with me while I show you what those operating principles are, because then you'll be able to learn easily and quickly yourself. The first of those is how you zoom, which I'll demonstrate. Let's zoom into the top half of this drawing here. I've clicked and I'm dragging a rectangle, and the prompt says release zooms in, and that just means if I let go of the dragging now, I zoom in and I can keep going, zoom into any fine detail I want. And to zoom back out, you normally do a zoom to fit, which is down here, zoom to fit, otherwise known as the Z key. Z is for zoom to fit, zoom to fit. So to recap, zoom, 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 zoom to fit. So that's how you move around, and that's the first of the operating principles. The second one is that you select things and then tell Draw Exact what you want to do with them. So for example, if I want to draw a vertical line down through here, I select a point, I select another point, and only now do I tell it I want to draw a line, which is up here. I could click the command there, but it's easier to use the letters. L for line, A for arc, T for text, R for rectangle. So L for line, there's my line. By the way, these keystrokes are nearly always the first letter, so that's why I was saying L for line, A for arc, T for text. Because as you get used to Draw Exact, you start thinking in terms of these words, and then you don't really have to remember any keystrokes. Your finger tends to go to the first letter without you even thinking about it. But these are here to help you learn. Just to reinforce the fact that you select things and then say what you want to do with them. Say I wanted to delete this arc. I could select it and then go D for delete. So it's select, then tell it what you want to do. So now I want to do an undo. U for undo. So we've done zooming as the first concept. How you select things before you issue the commands is the second concept. And the third one is that you'll see there's only one line command, but the line command can do 4 different things depending on what you select. If I click 2 points, it draws a line between them, which you've seen. It could draw parallel lines, and for that you draw a line that already exists. Sorry, you select a line that already exists and you select a point where you want the line. So for example, if I wanted to make a copy of this line, a parallel copy offset so that it would pass through that point, I can then say L for line, and it's given me that parallel copy which would pass through that point. And these are called variants. So line has 4 variants, and arc has 4 variants too. I'll just give you a quick example. One of them is an arc through 3 points. If I wanted an arc which started there, which passed through there, and finished off back here, this is going to be a very odd arc. That's one of the arc variants. I can now say A for arc, and there it is. So that gives you an idea how you can just look into these to see what they can do, and you know that you select things and then tell it what to do. U for undo, 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 undo. To put in accurate points, you use rays. If I select a point, you get these rays. And if I wanted to draw, say, a line up here at 45 degrees at length 4, I can say I want length 4, so now my rays are 4 long. I want 45 degrees, and there we are, there's my line. So the combination of length and ray pattern is very, very powerful. One of the ones that is not obvious, but actually you find yourself using a very great deal, is when you're working with something and you don't know the angle, but you know you want a right angle to it. So I wanted to draw a line from there going down here at right angles to this line. I can say, give me well, first of all, I'll make them a bit longer. Give me the mode, which is automatic right angles, because then I can do that. And there's no calculation to do, you just know that that's going to be a right angle. Zoom to fit. So that's raise. There's only two more to do. One is how you do text. So with text, you say where you want the text to start, and you go T for text. And then you start editing it, both the contents and the properties. You select it and go P for properties. And I can say, well, first of all, I'm going to make it a bit smaller. And I'm going to start typing here. This is something, oh dear, I haven't got space. So let's go on to a new line. This is something that I want to fit inside this. Have I got space? Not quite. This space available. So in drawings, you want to curate little blocks of text to fit into awkward spaces, and that shows you just how easy that is. I want to also show you how it does indentation, because that's not obvious. This font is guaranteed to make all the letters exactly the same width. So if I go space, space, hello, space, space, goodbye, you'll notice that these letters are perfectly lined up, and that will always be the case. That's a deliberate design feature to help you lay out text with indentation and to make lists and things. And finally, copy and paste. Now this is actually a real superpower in Draw Exact, because you can change what you've copied before you paste it. And you can also put down multiple copies with automatic layout. I'll just quickly show you that. Say I wanted to make a copy of this whole top part. I can drag my rectangle, and this time, instead of going release to zoom in, I go space to select everything inside. I can then establish an anchor point, and now I can say C for copy, and there's my copy. I can make the copy a bit smaller by scaling it to 0.5. I could rotate it after that by 20 degrees, and then I can go, there's one, there's one, there's one. But more interestingly, I'm just going to do undo, 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 and I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to make lots of space, and I'm going to put a great big long line horizontally across to there. So I need a ray length of about 4,000. Oh, 400. So I'm going to draw a line like that. I'm going to zoom into the crane hook a minute. Just bear with me. I'm going to copy everything inside the crane hook, and I'm going to establish that as the reference point and go C for copy. So I've now got a whole crane hook. Zoom to fit. I'd like 6 of those, please, equally distributed along that line. And I think that speaks volumes, really. Just imagine not being able to do that automatically. So to recap, the 5 principles you've learned are how to zoom, the fact that you have to select things before you tell it what to do with them, the fact that each of these commands have different operating modes or variants, which you can learn about inside the question mark, how we use raise to get very accurate points, how you put in text and manipulate it, and the power of copy and paste. And now, equipped with those basic principles, you'll very quickly be able to just try out these things. I'd encourage you to just try everything, really. There's lots of things I can't show you, but it would take forever if I did, and you'll learn it more effectively if you, now that you know the basics, just try it out for yourself. And I hope you have a wonderful time with it. Please get in touch. You can, we make it very easy for you to get in touch in the menu. Talk to us, get help. So thank you. That's the end of the video. Have fun.